Hi, Mark here. It is Thursday, October the 2nd, going on 9 a.m. Eastern. That's going on 1 p.m. GMT. US session well underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar's performance. Starting on the US dollar index in a very similar pattern that we've had the last 3 days, where we have weak US dollar to start through the Asian into the European session, and then a turnaround and US dollar fight back. And we've seen that a little bit earlier than usual today. There's the wickets left behind. So that was weak US dollar, full red candlestick support at 97.19. And now we see the fight back sitting at 97.41 with resistance at 97.48. I'll zoom in on the hourly, and there you can see there's the sell-off, weak US dollar, support, and then the past 3 hours, and especially in this last hour of the US opening, we've seen the US dollar fighting back, looking up at the 97.48 resistance for now. Let's have a look at the majors and how they're performing, starting on the Euro US. And there you can see a little bit of a green candlestick left. It was much higher. Resistance at 117.59, support at 117.21. That's buying euro, selling US. The wickets left behind will be the US dollar fighting back. Let's zoom in on the hourly. There you see over the past 3 hours, selling euro, buying US dollar buyers looking for or down at the 117.21 support level. Let's look at the pound against the US. And there you see similar, was green to start. Top of the body would be the open. That's at 134.78. And then it was a green candlestick up to resistance at 135.10. It's left a wick below, and already the green has turned into a red candlestick, and support right now at 134.66. There you can see there's the early buying pound, selling US dollar weakness, established resistance, and then the US dollar fight back all the way down to testing support at 134.66. Let's have a look at the US yen. US weakness to start. Open price would be the bottom of this green candlestick, and that will be at 147.09. Red candlestick all the way down to establishing support at 146.62 alongside yesterday's support. And this wick is left behind in the start of the green candle, buying US dollar, selling yen. That's the US dollar fight back, looking up at resistance at 147.39. There you see it on the hourly. There's the sell-off and there's the bounce up, buying US dollar strength as the US dollar session gets underway in this past hour. And buyers will be looking up at the 147.39 resistance level. US dollar against the Canadian. US dollar has been strong against the Canadian. There you can see today giving up some gains, the US dollar against the Canadian, the US giving up some gains right now, behaving somewhat differently to the European and the euro, the pound, and the yen. We've seen weak US dollar and the US dollar fight back. Here we're seeing a bit of a different pattern. I've got support at 139.31. I've got resistance at 139.53. And right now in the middle of that range, if I zoom into how we got there on the hourly, there you can see earlier US dollar weakness. US dollar has fought back the last few hours and sitting right now in the middle of the range, looking up at the 139.53 resistance area. So we've seen as we have seen pretty much this week, weak US dollars to start and US dollar fighting back in the US session. We'll see whether that can be maintained today, if the US dollar can hold on. We've got resistance, support levels to work with, and I'll see you at the end of day. Good trading.